I'm Charles Steele, and I'm running the Grizz. I am, of course, a Hillsdale College professor, and I first ran this race in 1983. I have been back, and this will be my 24th time to run this thing. People ask me why I run it, and I'm still trying to figure that out. An ultramarathon is any race that is longer than a marathon, 26.2 miles. The Grizz Ultramarathon is a 50-mile race. It's possibly the second oldest in the world, tied for that with another American one. And it is the oldest ultramarathon in Montana. It's always run on the second Saturday in October.
It was founded in 1982 because some guys in a bar had a real crazy idea at once, and it worked, and so kept it going. And after 34 years, it was time for me to retire, but I was able to get the folks up here to take it over.
Hi, my name is Gavin Wisdom. I'm the race director for the Grizz Ultramarathon and Relay. Done Grizz myself for a couple of years now, and have a blast every year.
Hi, I'm Kathy Lang. I'm a chief at the Grizz. The chief means 20 years running, and I'm going for 26 this year in this beautiful valley with my wonderful friend Charles and a whole bunch of other people tomorrow.
Hey Hillsdale, this is Trevor Vogel. I'm a class of 2021 graduate. This is my first year running Grizz. Hoping to finish between 10 and 11 hours, but if something goes wrong, I just want to finish before a bear gets me.
Hi, I'm Oliver Beezer. I'm running Grizz for the first time this year. I'm a senior at Hillsdale.
Why do you run these things?
That's a good question. I don't know, kind of an endorphin kick, kind of, it's crazy.
I had been reading a book by a German marathon coach, Manfred Steffny. And Steffny said that anybody who is trained well for a marathon is capable of running up to 100 kilometers, 62 miles, and completing a race of that length. Well, I'd heard about the Grizz Ultramarathon. It was advertised at one of the other races I had run. I thought, well, 50 miles is less than 62. I must be ready. And so I signed up for it. I ran my first 50-mile race, 1983, and that was before I ever ran a marathon. When I ran my first Grizz, I could not comprehend the idea of running 50 miles. I'd think about it. That does not seem possible to me. So what I told myself, running Grizz, I was at the starting line. I thought, I'm not running 50 miles. I'm running 10 miles, and I'm going to do that 5 times. And I'm going to think of it in terms of chunks of, I'll do 10-mile segments. And my father was crewing for me. He would drive up 5 miles and meet me. And he had his pickup. He'd just set up a folding lawn chair. He had one of the dogs with him, and his pipe and a thermos of coffee and a Louis L'Amour novel. And then he'd gab with the people along the way. And so every 5 miles I would get a few supplies or whatever from him. Then I just started thinking, this is something I can do, and it is really quite an adventure. I really find it very exciting. The people who I get to be with, who I hang out with, it's a different crowd, and I really like it. There you go. I'm good with this. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks.
Good job, guys.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Before you start, you sometimes wonder if you're going to be able to finish it or not.
Yes. 2025, I knew what I was in store for, so I can think 50 miles. Yeah, I got it. I know that's what I'm doing. I've done this a number of times. And I thought I was in better shape, but I got to mile 42, and at first I thought I was going to, a couple of times I started to fall asleep on my feet. And I felt like I just feel almost sick from it. Kind of hit the hard patch here. This is the hard part for me. I got to stay focused. It is pretty, but it's kind of rough. And at one point during the race, I thought 50 miles. I almost felt like I ran into a solid object. I was like, 50? And I sometimes standing on that line, you're not sure if you can do it or not. It's very easy to tell yourself things are really hard. I feel bad. I feel sorry for myself. Okay, so what? Keep going. If you hurt, that's information. If you're tired, that's information. It's not a decision. Is the thing you started doing worthwhile? And if it is, the fact that it's become difficult is not a reason to, that it's harder than you thought, isn't a reason to back down. It might be uncomfortable, but get it done. I got across that finish line, and I thought, wow, I did it. And I don't feel that bad, but boy, am I tired. There's something kind of interesting about this, because I set goals in running, and some people will say, well, did you win the race? But that's not really the goal in something like it's finishing. It takes a kind of commitment and dedication and refusal to learn what's good for you. When I was in my PhD program, it was an unusually, we had a really low finishing rate. I think it was less than 50% of the people who went into the NYU PhD program actually completed the PhD. And I saw very smart people drop out of the program. When I was just about to getting close to my dissertation defense, I started thinking about the people who stayed in. They oftentimes didn't have much else in common, but they were people who just couldn't, I don't quit. I could be forced out of something, or it might become wise to stop a race because I'm injured or something. But we don't give up. It has totally affected the way I teach and what I tell students they can do. Since I teach economics here at Hillsdale College, and I have a number of econ majors who are my advisees, and they get into Dr. Clark's intermediate micro, and then about halfway through they come in, Dr. Steele, I don't think I can handle economics. I am not cut out for it. I said, you don't know until you try. And so I think that's something that I've tried to teach people, and I hope that they kind of get it. Oliver won the race overall. I'm on the race committee now, and other committee members were just like, yeah, your Hillsdale kid won. This is just so awesome. Watching him on the course, he looked like he was he's flying, and he looked like he was at a party or something. He had this big grin on his face. And I haven't seen the footage, but Lauren says that he danced when he came across the finish line.
I respect what Dr. Steele does so much, because he's running to run to have that experience. Easy to lose the plot and forget why you're doing this. And I don't think Dr. Steele ever has. And it's one of the reasons I respect him so much.
Getting her done. Oh, it's awesome to be out here. I wouldn't be anywhere else.
So, do you like to run? I don't like to run personally, but I respect people that do run. Do you like to run?
No.
Why?
Because it hurts and it's lame and it's boring.
Okay, do you like to run?
Lord, no. I really don't like to run. It takes too much out of me. I'm far much more of a walker.
Well, what do you think of it?
Well, I do love running, but I can't. I had surgery.
So I do like running because it makes me stronger, but not because I enjoy the practice of running.
I like how fast my heart beats, and I feel like I'm running all my stress out.